All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Start Your Day Great. Start your day with a coach. I am your certified high performance coach, Sean Butner, and it's Monday Motivation, guys. So happy Monday. I wanted to start today off with just talking about how often people struggle with reaching their grand ambitions, their goals, their dreams, their missions. Not because they don't have the ability or drive or vision. It's because they usually don't have the right social support to get the progress and momentum towards those big things. Now, starting this week, I've been thinking about, the three questions that we always ask every Monday, and I'll get to them, at the end of this. But I've also been thinking about how fortunate I've been myself to do something that I love, which is coaching. So I'll talk a little bit about that today before we get into that connection, because I firmly believe that your truth is worth really living into. And there was a time in my life years ago where I was doing a great job in software, where I had passion for that, but felt like something was missing. I wanted a little bit more connection, a little bit more contribution, and I was searching, right? Like we all do, I think at times, and that's fine, And I feel fortunate because throughout that search, that's when I found out about high performance, and fell in love with the work of helping people reach their next level and live into their full potential and really go after their dreams with their full heart, and the amazing benefits that come after that, with lifestyle, with abundance, with just general feeling about your life and feeling passionate about the things you're doing and putting good out into the world, right? There's some ripple effects that happen in the work that I do that is very satisfying and rewarding. So if you've ever had that feeling of restlessness or that stirring in your heart to contribute more, to connect more, to really advance those goals, then, that was me. And this process of discovering what you really are about, what you really are for, what you really want to do with your life, what you really want to leave as a legacy is extremely powerful. So how does high performance coaching, the methodology that I'm trained in, really help people do it? And taking a look at previous clients and kind of bucketing into four big things, I'll share that with you real quick, and we'll go into the questions on getting set for the week. So the first main way that people tend to really respond to high performance coaching is challenge, right? It's challenging yourself to be your best all the time, which is something that I'm very much about. And, my upbringing was very much about, with my parents consistently saying, like, do what you love, but whatever you do it to the best of your ability every time. And what happens there is when we are consistently challenged, we can rise up into that next version of ourselves, that better version of ourselves, that version that has more service in the world, that connects more, that again puts out more good works and more good services and more just goodness overall. And it's really powerful. And if you've ever been at your challenge line where it's not overwhelming, right? And now coach can help you prevent from like biting off too much. I mean, a good coach will push you and then help you figure it out. But when you're at that challenge line, that's when you're activating your whole being, your whole conscious, your whole energy towards something that you really care about. And so that's one of the big draws of high performance coaching that people really love. The second thing is camaraderie, right? It's so surprising to me, but maybe it shouldn't be. But a lot of the stats say that, a lot of adults, especially in the US, don't have, 5 really close friends that they can bounce ideas off of, that have their back and will give them the honest feedback to when they're messing up, to help them progress, right? And a high performance coach can be that comrade, that partner in crime, that support network for you when, to help you celebrate the wins, right? When you get that big promotion, or you launch that $1 million business, or maybe you just are a better spouse or a better parent or a better, community leader. There's so many different ways that people can win, but we often don't celebrate what we accomplish. We don't integrate it. And so we are always searching for that next hit of what can I do next? And you can feel worn out, you can feel unappreciated. But a good coach will be pointing out those moments when you're like, hey, you said you were going to go run that marathon, you've been training, you went and did it, that's great. How does that feel? How are you incorporating that? And that can be a huge shift and transformation in just how you feel every day. And that's one of the main things that people really love about high performance coaching. The third thing is this level of cheerleading, right? Or before, the camaraderie too, is also figuring out when you struggle. I almost forgot about that. So if you go and you make a big move in your life, a big bold move where you put yourself out there and it doesn't work out the way that you want, a good coach will help you kind of like, okay, like that didn't work. What did we learn? How can we shift things around? How can we make the next time even better? And so that way you're not ever stuck, right? You have someone that is helping you think through those struggles. Okay, and now we'll get to the third point, which is cheerleading, right? It's that sense of optimism, positivity, that can help encourage you, maybe cajole you a little bit, but, inject a little bit of that realistic optimism, right? Meaning that it's that thinking about your future and saying like, hey, I think I want to start that business that helps support people in schools that are really stressed out in high trauma environments. It's like, okay, like that's a great idea. What do we need to do to start making moves toward that? And that can really, really like just be the difference of having that person that believes in you, even maybe when you don't, right? Sometimes you're like, I'm not sure I can handle the extra responsibility of being a director in my organization, and working through like what would that entail, how would that change the impact that you have in the organization with your teammates and fellow peers, or with how your organization interacts with the world. It's really, really powerful. So sometimes you need that kind of annoyingly optimistic person in your life to be like, hey, it's Monday, let's go get it after it, So that's really good. And then the fourth thing that people really love about high performance coaching is the congruency that comes with, figuring out what your values are and living into those values consistently, helping you make decisions based on those values, helping you when you say you're going to do something, that you follow through. So there's a little bit of accountability there. But it's more so just living as the most authentic you. So, and people absolutely love that. And again, you feel happier, you feel more connected with the world, you feel like you're making a bigger difference when you are grounded in your values and in the good that you put out in the world. So, these are the reasons that people love high performance coaching and why I love to coach. And, it's the right push and the support that you need to be the best of you and help you reach your dreams. So, that's what I want to ground today's Motivation Monday with before we get into the 3 questions we ask every week to help you live into your best self, to help you feel like we're in this together, to help you feel maybe that you're pushing yourself a little bit more, to help be that kind of, annoyingly optimistic person in your feed right now, encouraging you, saying you can do it, that you can do more than you think if you put your mind to it. And, hopefully you're living with that integrity in your heart too. So with that said, let's get into the 3 questions. And the first question is, what are you excited for this week? And, I'll share in my business right now, I've made some moves and shifted some processes. It's starting to feel like it's clicking. So I'm really excited to have the first week where I think I have this new process down. I'm a nerd, so I'll talk about methodologies and processes all the time, but that's what I'm really excited about in my work life. And then my wife and I have gotten some new board games, and so I'm really excited to explore those this week as we do that together. So that's really something fun that we're excited for. What am I looking forward to this week? I'm looking forward to those things that I just said, but I'm also looking forward to really just hoping that there's results from this new shift in the business, and I'm hoping just to have a lot of more fun with my wife as we're talking about vacations and housing and our future. So we have some conversations around that I'm looking forward to. And then, what's something you might struggle with and how can you create a plan to get around that? This one, I love this question because it builds a little bit of resilience in your week, and you can take the wind out of something that where you're like, hey, if the guy, the project misses the deadline this week, I'm going to just, have a nervous breakdown. It's like, you don't need to do that. If you miss the deadline, well, here are the other ways you can communicate, or you can bring in these resources, or, you can start to do the problem solving there. So those are just some high level highlights of how those questions work. But ultimately, it's generating that positivity. I hope you're here doing this with me for that camaraderie as we go forward. And I hope you're basing it on things that are important to your life, to your family's lives, to the organizations and community around you. So with that said, let's see, did I get all the points? Okay, one last thing before we head off. If you are looking for that extra support in your life to really reach those big goals, ambitions, missions, purposes at a higher level with more integrity, with more joy, with more confidence, then maybe you'd be interested in some high performance coaching. And if you are, good news, I have a free 1-hour strategy session where we sit down, we go through your life, tailor the high performance process to what you're going through, and we just have a really good conversation on and build a plan for you to live more into yourself, to reach higher levels of success and ambition in your life. So if that's something you're interested in, you can check the link below this video or the link in my bio. Sign up for the 6 Secrets of High Performance free training. And below that video, you'll find an application for the 1-hour strategy session. And that helps me, one, figure out what's going to help you the most in that 1-hour session. 2, gets you in the game thinking about your life in a high performance way. So you're a little bit more prepared to have a deeper conversation when we meet. And 3, it also kind of weeds out the folks that aren't really serious, because I get a lot of folks that are not really willing to do the work. And so if that's you, I'll point you to some resources. It's, life happens, maybe something really busy happened in your life, and that's okay. But hit that link, apply for that 1-hour strategy session. Let's get on a call together, and let's help you reach that next level of life. So that said, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. I will be back on Wednesday for the normal Start Your Day with the Coach shows. Sean Butler signing off, and take care. Say hi, Einer, and hi, Dave. See you guys.